Good morning students, this is class 12th maths chapter 3rd matrices lecture 7th. Today we will discuss some questions of miscellaneous exercise. So question number 3rd is A is the matrix given as this. Prove A raised to the power n is equal to this matrix. So first of all we will prove it by PMI. So let the given statement be as Pn that A raised to the power n is equal to 1 plus 2n minus 4n n 1 minus 2n, where n belongs to the natural number. Now for n equal to 1, in place of n put 1. So A raised to the power 1 will be equal to 1 plus 2 into 1, that is 3. Then minus 4 into 1, minus 4. In place of n put 1. Then 1 minus 2, that is minus 1. So we can see A is given as this. This is also A. So both of these matrices are equal. Therefore, the result is true for n equal to 1. Now let us assume that the result is true for n equal to k. So in the given question, in place of n, just put k. This is the pk. Now we have to show that pk plus 1 is also true. What will be pk plus 1? In place of this k, just put k plus 1. So A raised to the power k plus 1 is equal to 1 plus 2 into, in place of k, put k plus 1. Also mark this bracket, otherwise you will multiply 2 with this k only, but you have to multiply 2 with k and 2 with this 1 also, right? Similarly, minus 4 into, in the bracket, k plus 1, 1 minus 2 into, in the bracket, k plus 1. So it will be 3 minus 2k minus 4k minus 4, 1 plus k and minus 2k minus 1. So we have to show that A raised to the power k plus 1 is this matrix. Now taking left hand side, A raised to the power k plus 1, it can be written as A into A raised to the power k. So A is given as this matrix and A raised to the power k we have assumed as this matrix, right? Now multiply these two matrices. So for multiplying, multiply the corresponding element of this first row with the first column of the second matrix. So you will get 3 plus 6k minus 4k. Then for this element, multiply the corresponding elements of first row with the corresponding elements of the second column of the second matrix. So minus 12k and minus 4 plus 8k. Similarly, you will get 1 plus 2k minus k and minus 4k minus 1 plus 2k. Solve them, so you will get 3 minus 2k minus 4k minus 4, 1 plus k and minus 2k minus 1. This is what we wanted to show. So pk plus 1 is true whenever pk is true, and hence by PMI, Pn is true for all n belongs to natural number. Clear? Now question number 5th is to show that the matrix B transpose AB is symmetric or skew symmetric according as A is symmetric or skew symmetric. So first of all, let that A is a symmetric matrix, that is A transpose is equal to A, and let this be as 1. Now we have to show B transpose AB is also a symmetric matrix. So for that we will show B transpose AB whole transpose is equal to B transpose AB. Now transpose of this will be, since ABC whole transpose is equal to C transpose into B transpose into A transpose, so transpose of this will be B transpose A transpose into transpose of B transpose. Now B transpose A transpose as it is, we know transpose of B transpose is B, equal to B transpose. Now A transpose is equal to A. So by using 1 in place of A transpose, write down A. B as it is. Now we can see B transpose AB is equal to B transpose AB whole transpose is equal to B transpose AB. Therefore, this is a symmetric matrix. Now let A be a skew symmetric matrix, that is A transpose is equal to minus A. Now to show B transpose AB is also a skew symmetric matrix, so for this take the transpose of B transpose AB, which will be equal to B transpose A transpose and transpose of B transpose. Now this is B transpose as it is. In place of A transpose writing minus A, and transpose of B transpose is B. So B transpose AB whole transpose is equal to minus of B transpose AB. That is B transpose AB is a skew symmetric matrix. Right? Now question number 6 is find the value of XYZ if the matrix A is given as this and A transpose A is equal to the identity. So A is given this matrix. Find the transpose of this matrix, which will be this 0, 2y, z. Now this row will become column 0, 2y, z, x, y minus z. Now this will become second column x, y minus z and so on. Now multiplication of A transpose and A is identity. After multiplying you will get this matrix 2x square 0, 0, 0, 6y square 0, 0, 0, 3 z square. Now this is equal to the identity matrix, therefore corresponding elements will be equal to each other. So 2x square is equal to 1, 6y square is equal to 1 and 3z square is also equal to 1. From here you will get x as plus minus 1 by root 2. From this y is equal to plus minus 1 by root 6 and z is plus minus 1 by root 3. Now in question number 10 it is given that a manufacturer produces 3 products x, y and z and sell these products in 2 markets, market 1 and market 2. These are the annual sales given of the 3 products in these 2 markets. These are the sales price in rupees per unit of the product XYZ, which is rupees 2.5, rupees 1.5 and rupees 1. Now first question is to find out the total revenue in each market. So for the total revenue we have to multiply the number of products sold with the price. So making the matrix of 2 cross 3 order of the annual sales and this column matrix of the prices. Multiply these two matrices, so you will get 46,000 is the total revenue in market first and 53,000 is the total revenue in the second market. Unit cost of each product is given as 2 rupees, 1 rupees and for Z it is given 50 paise, that is 0.5 rupees. Now they have asked to calculate the gross profit for each market and gross profit is equal to revenue minus cost. Now we have calculated the revenue. Now we will calculate the total cost in each market. So for the total cost, multiply this matrix with the matrix of the cost, right? So you will get 31,000 and 36,000. This is the cost in the market 1 and this is in market 2. Subtract these two matrices to get the gross profit, which will be 15,000 in market 1 and 17,000 in second market, right? Now question number 14. It is given that A is a symmetric and skew symmetric matrix. So if A is a symmetric matrix, then A is equal to A transpose, and if A is a skew symmetric matrix, then A is equal to minus of A transpose. Adding these two, you will get 2A equal to A transpose plus minus of A transpose. This is now a 0 matrix. Therefore, A is also a 0 matrix, right? Now question number 15, it is given that a square is equal to a. Find the value of I plus a whole cube minus 7a. So solve this cube. I cube plus a cube plus 3i square a plus 3i a square minus 7a. Now see, cube of the identity matrix, if you will multiply identity matrix 3 times, it will give you the identity matrix only. Plus, now a cube can be written as a square into a. A square is given as a into a. A into a is again a square, but a square is given as a. Therefore, a cube is also a. So, in place of a cube, write down a. Then plus 3a plus a square is a, and identity into a will be a. So, plus 3a minus 7a. Therefore, you will get the value of this as the identity matrix. Now, we will discuss the summary of chapter 3rd. So, first of all, what is matrix? Matrix is an ordered rectangular array of numbers or functions. We write the numbers or functions inside, known as the elements of the matrices. Order of the matrix is written here as m cross n, where m is the number of rows and n is the number of columns. Then there are types of matrices. Column matrix is a matrix which have only one column. So order of it will be m cross 1. Number of rows can be any number, but number of column is 1. Then row matrix is the matrix which is having one row. So the order of the row matrix will be 1 cross n. Square matrix is a matrix in which number of rows and columns are equal. That is, m is equal to n. And diagonal matrix is a matrix in which non-diagonal elements are 0. Right? Now, scalar matrix in which non-diagonal elements are 0 and diagonal elements are equal. That is, it is a special type of diagonal matrix in which diagonal elements are equal to each other. Then identity matrix is a special type of scalar matrix in which non-diagonal elements are 0 and diagonal elements are equal to 1. Zero matrix is a matrix in which all the elements are 0. Now, equal matrices. Two matrices are said to be equal if the order of the matrices are equal to each other and the corresponding elements are also equal to each other. Right? Addition of matrices. To add two matrices, first of all, we want that order of the matrices should be equal, and then to add the two matrices, add their corresponding elements to each other. Right? Then multiplication of a matrix by a scalar. So if you multiply a matrix with any scalar, it means that you have to multiply each element inside the matrix with that scalar. Now, multiplication of matrices. To multiply two matrices, you have to see that number of columns of the first matrix should be equal to the number of rows of the second matrix, and the resulting matrix order will be m cross p. Right? If suppose this is the matrix A, this is matrix B, so the product is defined because number of column is equal to the number of rows, and the resultant matrix will be 2 cross 2. This, and how to get this first element? So multiply the corresponding, because this is A11, so multiply the corresponding elements of first row of first matrix with the first column of the second matrix. To get this A21, multiply the corresponding elements of the second row of the first matrix with the first column of the second matrix, right? Now transpose of a matrix. Transpose of a matrix. To find out the transpose of a matrix, interchange the rows and columns of a matrix. That is, rows becomes columns and columns becomes rows. Now symmetric matrix is a type of matrix when A transpose is equal to A, and skew symmetric matrix is a matrix in which transpose of A is equal to minus A. Also, any square matrix can be written as sum of symmetric and skew symmetric matrices. That is, where symmetric matrix is this 1 by 2 into A plus A transpose, and skew symmetric matrix is 1 by 2 into A minus A transpose. Elementary operations. Now there are 6 elementary operations, 3 on rows and 3 on columns. So first is that we can interchange any 2 rows, which is written as this, or any 2 columns. Second elementary operation is that we can multiply the row with any non-zero scalar, or similarly any column with any non-zero scalar, right? Now third is that you can also change the ith row by adding in the corresponding elements of the ith row the corresponding elements of the jth row, and first multiplying those elements with any non-zero scalar, right? Similarly you can do for the column. Now to find the inverse of a matrix, we use these elementary operations. So if first of all finding the inverse, if you write A as A equal to IA, then you will apply the row operations. Left hand side you will apply it on A, and on the right hand side you will apply it on the I. Or if you write A as A equal to A into the identity matrix, then you have to apply the column operations. On the left hand side, apply the operations on this matrix A, and on the right hand side, apply the column operations on this matrix I. Right? If suppose this is the matrix given, so write down A as equal to IA. Now we will apply row operations. How to get the universe? First of all, work in the first column of the matrix. Make the diagonal element 1 and the rest elements 0 with the help of this 1. Now this element is already 1, so we will make this 3 as 0 using this 1. For this apply the operation row 2, that row 2 changes to row 2 minus 3 row 1. So you will get this matrix. Similarly apply this row operation on the second row of this matrix to get this. Now when first column is done, move to the second column, make the diagonal element 1. So to make this as 1, row 2 changes to 1 minus 1 by 2 times of row 2. So you will get this matrix. Similarly apply the same operation on this matrix. Now make this 2 as 0 using this 1. So row 1 changes to row 1 minus 2 times of row 2. Apply this operation on both the matrix and you will get this matrix, and the resulting this matrix will be your A inverse. Now your homework is that you have to prepare for the test of chapter 3. Okay, thank you.